Well, it looks like Trump's been getting interviews, and this is one of my points why we need to fix the schools because he has no idea about American history, about civil rights, about the Civil War. Uh, uh, and I don't even really want to go into it, but you know, our schools are failing us miserably, and I think a lot of it is, you know, look, I don't know how much money Trump has been lent to from Russia banks and the Chinese banks. We know his business, that his Thai business, and his daughter's clothing and accessory business uh, is all manufactured out of China. We know that most of the stuff that we have in the stores, like I mean, this is just my 90% of the stuff that I see in the stores is from China or some specific area around there, and um, so these are our enemies that are making multiple dollars off of the United States. And then here he is going to give a tax break uh, to basically the super rich uh, while taking away programs from the poor. You know, this is somebody that, and I don't care what the Republicans think because he did not represent the people of the United States because he did not get the majority of the votes. And I don't care about the college election, whatever they want to call that crap. You know, the election needs to be null and void because he might be a stooge for Russian spies, and he might think he's a spy. You know, and because it's obviously that he is not talking to the rest of the government that he's supposed to be over or getting debriefed before he opens his mouth and talks. And if he has, I assume he doesn't have a writer because if he does have a writer, I can't imagine two people being so misinformed. And you know, and that is what racism does. It makes somebody think they're smart because they're con artists, because they could get someone to trust them and but that's what the hurry up and rush. They're still talking about hurry up and rush because they want to hurry up and rush and put this new health bill in so we don't know we get screwed. You know, I guess they assume that anything doesn't have to be looked over by the rest of the government. They are not the government. They were talking about government's too big and they want to get rid of government. So here they are getting paid government funding, getting health care, government free health care. They're getting all the benefits, and utilizing it at the same time disrespecting the United States people and disrespecting the Constitution and disrespecting the wants and the needs of this country to continue to grow and prosper. They're putting at a stop still. We have example, and it's not that far back if we look at Bush. What happened with Bush? Do we want another 9/11? Do we want war on American soil? Uh, um, yeah. And it's just like when I look at what at like the police and how they do their business. Instead of dealing with the reality, they want to play games, but the reality of the thing is, if we had a better education system, if we were feeding those kids food that could actually fuel their little cells to mature and function right, we'd have a healthier and more wealthy society. Of course, not everybody can be wealthy, but why should everybody be below the poverty level once they finish with their? Because like so far, uh, their ideas is not going to benefit United States people. United States people, um, they want their children to have a good education. They want their kids to be healthy. They want them to be able to take them to a doctor when the child gets sick. Uh, uh, um, they, they they don't want to have any more bills because as you can see as the United Airlines how we get treated as customers is very disrespectful after they take your money or whatever. Yeah, he's a lucky man, he gets the suit. But we have different degrees of that same disrespecting to American customers that are billing, dishing out millions of dollars that the Russians are siphoning off, that the Chinese are siphoning off, and anybody else that can. We can look at an example on how to fix America by looking maybe even at Germany. Germany, which Trump and his administration was very, very disrespectful, and I think they were very disrespectful to the Chinese, taking them to that place in Florida, Mar-a-Lago or whatever it is. You know that, and then instead he has some very nasty looking. I guess that like one guy, I don't know who they was that he had up in the White House showing pictures of him. There was nobody of national importance. They were not even anybody famous enough that I could recognize or know who the fuck they are. Nor do I care. Um, so he's treating the White House like it's a house for criminals. It's the criminal hangout, hideout. So he's disrespecting the White House. He's disrespecting the government, and I mean by not having a cabinet. I mean by the person they put to the Supreme Court. And if he knows it or not, he's a Ponzi in the little Russians spy game of using the race card uh, uh, to enter to just drain money out. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and you can see that by the people that so far, even from his daughter Ivanka to her Ivanka's husband, his son-in-law. You know, uh, uh, to the person he had in the Flint. But and even Steve Banner, all of these people have been in bed with the Russia, doing business with the Russia for the benefit of Russia, and the money that these people are making is not coming back to the United States. It's staying in their country, or it's being filtered out to the Cayman Islands somewhere, in the Atlantic Ocean somewhere, so they don't. It doesn't come to the United States, and they don't have to pay taxes on it. And we're going to give them a bigger tax break on the little bit that they have because they do keep, some property or home here, so they can continue doing business here. So basically, uh, Trump is a bully. He's a con artist. We gotta hurry, hurry, hurry up. They don't do their homework. You can tell with the budget plan. It's ridiculous. It's humiliating and embarrassing that we have such a person that went to our public schools, and this is what we're pumping out a Trump that if it wasn't for his con artist friends and his children with their con artist learned ass ways now, they could have been probably 10 times as much money if they wasn't out hurting people. They're evil and they're self-destructive, and their ideas are unconstitutional. And Trump is a fool that thinks uh, that he knows something that he gets secondhand from somebody that's more stupider than him. So he's surrounded by morons, and we have a fool as a president. And of course, you know, North Korea is going to attack. Of course, China and Russia playing this game out to get us, So anyway, so yeah, are we gonna go to war? Yeah, because we have somebody that actually doesn't have a clue on the reality of the situation. They do know how to fuck Americans over. He does know how to file bankruptcy. So that's the only way he knows how to do business is on a level where it hurts people, it causes harm and damage. And their whole idea is that it's like say like somebody goes to jail and this person is a victim of consequences and we have such a systemic type of racist Jim Crow type of propaganda that's ingrained in then you end up with um, privatized prisons that are not feeding these people. They're not doing anything. They're not enabling these people to be rehabilitated. So when they do get put sent out of prison or jail, or even if at all if they do get out, that they will be able to function in society, and that means that they're only able to get a job where they can afford to get a house, to get a car, and pay car insurance, and pay electric, and buy food and clothing. We're not enabling people to do that. And, shelter, food, and clothing. I heard about these one jailers where they deny people water. Well, this is the facts of life for all animals. Shelter. Okay, even a dog gets a dog house, right? You got to have food and water. Okay, you cannot live past 6 days without water, and you can't live like 3 days without food and water. So, but you can live, you can live long anyway. So you're not gonna. So people need food, they need water, they need shelter, and anyway, they don't understand the basics. It's three of them, but they don't understand the basics that every living creature needs, and for them to be that dysfunctional, that ignorant, that I think that they should make sure that those guys get the death penalty because I bet you they was drinking water.